Lately, I think a lot of people, myself included, draw a lot of parallels between Xbox and Sega. It's weird to me. I grew up at the time when Sega really was doing a lot of things right with the Sega Genesis, and they owe a lot of that to, certain different people, Sega of America people, that took Nintendo head on, right? Because you have to do that. You have to maybe, get your hands dirty. Sega belittled Nintendo quite a bit. They had a fantastic ad campaign with, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. They would show, games running on a Genesis like Sonic where it's super fast versus dumpy Mario World or whatever. I'm not saying Mario World's a bad game. It's a great game. But, when you first saw like Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic 2, that was like, and they were coming up with stuff like blast processing. And they were really catering towards like a more mature audience, right? Like you grew up with Nintendo and they realized that, but they wanted to give people something that was a little bit more grown up. They made it cool. Like they would have like the teenagers, like it was the cool thing because they figured Nintendo had a lock on like the kid stuff. And to their credit, they did a really good job with this, at the same time, it's just been very interesting to see how all this stuff has kind of worked out. And on the Xbox side, like Microsoft had everything going their way. Everything with the Xbox 360. How they could fall so far from that is absolutely beyond me. So, I saw this and I thought, this is another big FU to the fans. A lot of people use Microsoft Rewards. Whenever you hear people talk about Xbox, right, and they go, oh, I get to play these free games with Game Pass. And the first thing I point out is they're not free games because obviously you're paying for Game Pass, right? And they're like, well, no, I never pay for Game Pass. I use Xbox Rewards, right? I do Bing searches every day. I do this, I do that. I'm not paying for anything. So people brag about not paying for stuff, and then Microsoft kind of has to change everything because guess what? Xbox fans have been skirting payment on these things, and so Microsoft is making a big change to rewards and Game Pass. So Microsoft Rewards earns free gift cards and Game Pass subscriptions, but in terms of Game Pass subscriptions, it looks like things are going to be getting worse in the near future. The price changes, obviously, we know about that. Microsoft's big blunder right there. Microsoft is saying that the auto-redeem feature for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass will be disappearing as of August 12th. But the wording is confusing. Hey, guys, imagine that. A wording from Microsoft confusing? I've never heard of such a thing. Who would have ever thought that Microsoft would be confusing? Surely not the company that didn't know what the Xbox One executive didn't know what the check-in time was for the DRM versus the other. Yet some people say 24 hours, some people say 7 days, some people say 2 weeks. It's like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, and it's utterly asinine. In fact, part of the wording seems to suggest that Microsoft Rewards will be ditching Game Pass entirely, which if it does, think about this. You can no longer stack more than 13 months of Game Pass at a time. You can't earn Game Pass through Microsoft Rewards anymore, right? There's a level of Game Pass that doesn't do day one games. Tell me again how Microsoft is so consumer friendly. So, again, here's what it says. Your Game Pass auto-redeem subscription is being discontinued. Important changes are coming to auto-redeem functionality for your Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass subscription. As of 8/12/2024, you will no longer be allowed to use your reward points to fund your Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass subscription. If you'd like to elect another service to use rewards point for auto redemption, please visit the rewards catalog. So, again, this is very, very interesting. It shows a point up pointing to your browser. Your Game Pass is not going to be able to use it anymore if you have to use it for something else. So you're not going to be able to use the rewards program for Game Pass anymore. So again, think about that for a second, right? We're living in this world where people, where Game Pass has already hurt a lot in the industry, right? It's created a subsect of Xbox gamers that refuse to buy games, absolutely refuse to buy games, right? And I've tested this myself. I've asked people, I've done polls, I've seen other people do polls. I know my own friends. I have some friends who haven't bought games in years because Game Pass, right? Like that's very counterproductive to what people, to what would actually help gaming in general. So, I would love to see, kind of how Microsoft plans to do anything, how they plan on to get people to kind of buy into Xbox at this particular point. It's kind of a big screw you to a lot of the people. Again, it's just really weird. The belief amongst some games reward users right now is that this is poorly conveyed, and it's just the auto-redeem feature that will disappear. That said, it's really anyone's guess until Microsoft provides a more thorough explanation, if ever. Whatever happens after August 12th, it doesn't seem like Game Pass redemption prices are going up in the meantime. According to one Microsoft Rewards fan, they received a in-notice for some of the U.S. price increases. They are raising the auto-renewed from $12,000 monthly to the regular price increase it to $15,000 and guessing $44,000 for 3-month. Glad it's not gone, I guess. So maybe they're just, the wording is piss poor and the communication. According to this article, which I will link in the description from Pure Xbox, it says, we hate to say it, but this is another situation in which Microsoft hasn't provided enough transparency about what exactly is happening, and we're left wondering whether Xbox Game Pass will be leaving Microsoft Rewards entirely in a month's time. Hopefully that's not the case, and obviously they'll let people know what is up, that's happened. So again, Microsoft really does a bad job of conveying what's going on here. And, you know, as a fan of Xbox, I'm sitting here scratching my head per usual. You know, like, how many times have we in the last year alone as Xbox fans not known if we were coming or going, right? Like, we're scratching our heads. We're sitting there going, man, you know, this is really a bad situation. And for me, like, I like the game rewards or whatever, you know, it's kind of cool. I don't plan on using Game Pass anymore once my subscription is, you know, is sort of rolled out. But again, when we're kind of looking at this in the future, man, Microsoft really hates their fans. They really hate the gamers. They hate the console gamers specifically, and they're not even shy about it anymore. I think that's the thing that hurts as a fan is, you know, they used to make everybody seem like, hey, we're in it together, you know, it's us versus them, and, you know, we're the underdogs and all this kind of stuff. And now it's just like, F you, we're going to take away all the stuff that you enjoyed about Xbox, and, you know, there's nothing that you can do about it. You know, that's the super unfortunate thing about this whole situation, you know, is that the fans are the ones that get hurt, and it's like they don't care. And, you know, having a company, I know, like, companies don't care in general, right? They don't give a shit about me, they don't give a shit about you, but, you know, usually companies at least feign interest so that they can get our money. And then you look at Microsoft, and Microsoft's like, nope, we don't care about any of that stuff. We don't care about your money. You know, you don't want to, you know, if you don't want to get something, that don't get it. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, we're going to put our stuff where we want, and there's nothing you can do about it. We're going to continue to do that. We don't think you're going to jump ship. In fact, our metrics show us that you're not going to jump ship. We believe our metrics more than you, so screw you. Go ahead and try. We dare you, right? That's basically, they grab people by the balls and don't let go. And that's an unfortunate thing. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about these changes. You know, Microsoft really on the downward turn, in my opinion. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.